This is the face of someone who is going to sleep in a shed tonight. I will explain you all the details tomorrow morning. This right here is the house where I have been living for the last 1 year and 3 months of my life. And rainy season is about to change that. This is a house that I started building on August of 2020 during the pandemic situation, and by January of 2021 I was already living in here. And by that time I didn't have the knowledge or the resources to build this house in a proper way. So I opted to gather sticks and pieces of logs from around here in the jungle to build this house, and that is passing me the bill right now. All the wood in this house is pretty much running down. And if I stay living in here, I'm gonna be taking a risk that one morning I'm gonna wake up down there in the floor and all that structure is gonna be over me. And on the top of that, I've been having leaks inside of the house. And last night, when I came to sleep in the house, it was all covered in water inside there. All my clothes, mattress, sheds, everything was just covered in water. So I did the best that I could. I grabbed a pillow, I grabbed an extra blanket that I have, and I went to sleep in the shed. And here is where I woke up this morning. Now, to fix that house, the tree house in the woods, I already run the numbers last night because I couldn't sleep that much. And it's gonna cost me a huge amount of money because I have to basically tear it down and rebuild it from ground up with better materials and in a better way. That is one option. But what if I tell you that I can actually do something for way less money, that I'm gonna be safer, I'm gonna be even more comfortable, it's gonna feel way more comfy, and that is fixing the shed and turning it into a temporary house. What's up, good boy? Are you ready to go out? Yay! Good boy. No, I have gone through that idea all morning in my head, and I think that is the best solution that I can think of right now. It's either that or move into the barn house with the goats and sleep with them over there. I gotta fix that door. Alright, first things first, I have to remove everything from inside of the shed. All the tools, everything that I have laying down in the floor, I have to take all of that out because I have to rebuild that floor. This floor is actually made with some pallets. This is just like old pieces of wood that I got from a town that is very close to where I live in. But no, it's gonna be made of carriolas in a platform in the bottom, and then it's gonna have some waterproof plywood in the top. I didn't realize about this before, but there were lots of things hiding underneath this floor. Things that I thought I have lost, like this for the biogas, and it was right there. But now I have to finish cleaning this little part over here and start bringing the beams down. I'm gonna be using carriolas. I start cutting those carriolas to place them over here. I'm gonna put a footer right in the middle. It's gonna be a simple footer, nothing fancy with metal plates, holes in it, nothing that fancy. It's just gonna be a support for the floor. This was also horrible timing for the rain. It's just starting to kick in, and I had to cover everything with a tarp over there, so my tools don't break. All the electrical tools, I put them away. I just raise them from the ground so they cannot get wet underneath and just break. But now, the real work, is gonna start. I got the support for the middle all in place. It's right here. I already put the cement, it's drying out, and I have to start working on the beams. It's basically gonna be a cross going from that side to this side, and then there's another beam that is gonna be coming from that side to this side. Yeah, I love you too. The idea here is to basically have one beam going from one side to the other side in here, and then having another one coming from that side. Gonna meet this beam in here right where that little footer is, and it's gonna continue in the other side all the way to the wall, just as it is starting here. I'm not sure if you can really see it, but there it is. That's my little plans that I draw for this. Now I have to start working on that. I really hope I can do a good progress today, even though I have the rain right now. It's a little bit buttering, but I can pull this out. Maybe. The first part of this is all done. The first beam is all in place, it's welded in, it's right there. I can step on it, and it's very strong. Now I have to start working on the next one. This next one is gonna go from that side all the way to this side. And after that, I can start working on the single pieces. This thing is looking like we may have something, good progress, done by the end of the day. I was just working, and then all of a sudden I had a genius idea. This could be the next millionaire idea. Tacos are amazing, delicious, they are super good. Tamales, on the other hand, are also amazing, delicious, they are just wonderful. What if instead of having tacos and tamales, we have a taco mal? It's a taco that is filled up with tamales. It's a taco mal. That is genius. I'm gonna have to try that. It is 6 o'clock and I got pretty much this side all done. I managed to weld all the beams into place. Also, I started working on this side. I put one of the beams in there, but there is still a lot of work to do in here. And My biggest concern was to have at least one of the sides ready, like that one, so I can place the plywood that I have one piece of the waterproof plywood. I'm gonna place it in here, and that is probably going to be my bed tonight. And if you are still wondering why am I not sleeping in my bed in my treehouse tonight, there is no mattress in here. The mattress is soaked, it's all covered in water. I was hoping that today with the sun it will dry out, but we only had like maybe 1.5 to 2 hours of sun. That is not good. It didn't dry out, it's completely soaked. So I'm gonna have to sleep in the shed again tonight. Tomorrow I hope I have some sun so I can dry that mattress, and if not I will just probably go get another one, because or I can still maybe I can still be sleeping in the shed for a few days. That's not a bad idea. I think this is going to work. That's going to be my bed tonight. That is going to be my bed. I'm not gonna use to sleep over the plywood. I have a rug. That one right there is very comfy. It's very soft. That used to be Kaylee and Jordan's rug. They gave it to me, and I think it was a great time, because if not, I will probably sleep in just on that. Every year during the rainy season, one of the biggest challenges for me is doing the goats, because sometimes it's just like this, just raining pretty strong and I have to get all wet. But sometimes it's very funny. The first few days, the first few weeks, I just get like this, and then after that, I get an umbrella. Yum, yum, yum. Day number 2, living in a shed. A complete success. I think I haven't slept this well in a very long time. I didn't realize the treehouse was not that it was not really comfy. Anyway, we're gonna start the day. That right there has been my bed for the last 2 days. There's a piece of plywood underneath it. There is a rug over that, and that is my blanket. To be honest, it has been a big transition from living in a treehouse with a bed that was 2.5, maybe less than that. I think it was just like 2 feet wide. It was just one person bed, and going from that to something that is 5 feet where I can just roll from one side to the other one. Oh my god, it feels so good. Monkey! One of our baby goats, the oldest one, is already starting to eat grass, and that's a good signal, because once they start eating grass, that means that they're not gonna have to rely that much on the milk of the mom. So we can start milking the mom. That's not gonna happen right away. We still have to wait a few weeks until she gets full adapted to the grass, so we can start having some goat milk around here. Today it is an A day, and yes, that's an A-frame joke. I'm gonna be working on the A-frame. I think I may have cracked the code about the rain. I have been checking it for the last 5 days, and the rain has started around 10 to 11 a.m. So I'm starting to work before that, put a few hours on it, and then when the rain comes, I'm just gonna move to the shed and continue working over there. The goal here is to get 2 of those horizontal pieces going, 1 in each side, 1 over there and 1 in the back. I already got the 1 in the back, so I'm just missing 1 more and I can be happy with the progress I'm gonna get in here. Rainy season always makes me struggle a lot with the projects that I have going on. Welding stuff, building stuff on the outside is always a big problem. But this year I'm planning different. I'm planning to start working around 6 to 7 a.m. so I can put a few hours until the rain comes. The rain is coming around 10 to 11 a.m. Then when the rain comes, I can go work on something else or maybe just chill for the day and enjoy the rain. We're all done over here. I finished doing what I was expecting to do today, putting those 2 beams. That is basically to attach the entire structure together. As you can see, I have set it, these ones up before, and I have to keep going all the way up until there. That is when the things get really hard. But now I have to go to town because I have to buy the plywood to keep working over there in the shed. I was coming back from town. I grabbed all the plywood that I need. This plywood is waterproof, so I can leave it out here. It is raining, so I cannot put my camera outside. I'm crazy. Anyway, we got this. Now I gotta start working in here. I cannot work in the A-frame anymore. It's raining. I'll break my tools, so I'm just gonna keep working in the inside here, finishing building this floor so I can move in here as soon as possible. I already moved in here, but you know what I mean. Just have it as a livable space. It's already 5 p.m. It's 1 hour later since I started working in here. I got all the beams all the way from the back to the front ready, just welded in. Now I have to start working on placing the plywood in the top. I gotta finish grinding and painting all these welds, but I'm just gonna place the plywood in the top right now. I'm not gonna put the screws in there because I have to cut it, give it the shape of the inside of this shed, and then just put the screws. But I don't have an electric saw right now, so I'm gonna get one of those tomorrow to finish doing this job. I just keep building the shed, transforming it into my new home, a temporary home. I already lived for 1 year in a treehouse. Now let's see how long am I gonna live for in the shed. I'm gonna change my name from the Jungle Boy to the Shed Boy. This thing is looking solid. I can jump on it and it's just like, it's so strong, it's so strong. This plywood, it's a little bit more expensive than the average one. This one, it's coated with something in the top that makes it waterproof. And that is something that we need here with the amount of rain that we're getting. I'm not taking the chances that just the moisture, humidity is gonna get inside of the plywood and it's gonna break it from the inside out, and then my floor is gonna be basically done. I'm not taking those chances. This is day number 3 of sleeping in a shed. So far it has been wonderful, an entire adventure, and today I found out that I have been sleeping on a Japanese bed. A Japanese bed is something just that I put in the floor, and this is exactly what I have been doing for the last few days. I'm loving it, to be honest. Some of you guys may be thinking that this is not comfy at all, that I'm suffering here, but actually I'm enjoying it. This is adventure, this is what I'm living for. Just the wonder, just the drastic changes. This is life. Good morning, Dodge. What's up, Sil? You guys ready to go? Over here I have to continue building my way up with those horizontal pieces. I'm planning on doing a few more on that side and also in this side. But to start doing that, I first need to weld those 2 beams that I have over there. Those are 2 by 6 inches beams that I have been putting together to create what we call a horse or a caballo. That is what we have been using to create these horizontal beams. So my new slogan over here is, let's work until the rain comes. I am sweating, this thing is too warm for me, but we got that beam in there, it's ready, it's welded in, all complete. Also that one in there is ready, I just finished welding that, so I can call it the day of work in the A-frame. I feel it was not that much, it didn't take me that much time, but that is what I'm gonna call it. If you see in the corner, the clouds are coming, and that means rain is here. I'm just coming back from town. It's raining like crazy everywhere. I think this is the strongest rain we have had so far in the year. I got all wet, but it's good. I like rain. Anyway, I'm gonna show you what I got. I got my first ever... Oh, let me break. My first ever electric saw. Right here. At the beginning of the year, I got a grinder and a drill. Now I got my electric saw. With this saw, I'm gonna be probably cutting some boards for my house too. It's mainly for here now, but I mean, it's an electric saw. It can be used for so many things. And I got something else that is gonna be so useful in the construction of my A-frame. I got this tiny little welder. This thing is very light. This is just a few pounds, and I'm gonna use it for when I'm welding the beams all the way in the top of the A-frame. Right there. Because the red one that I have, this one over here, it's too heavy, and when I'm welding stuff up there, I have to lift it up with a rope, and that thing is pretty heavy and it's sketchy. If it falls from there, it's for sure gonna break. I have bad news. It started raining, so I decided to take a little nap. Long story short, that was 7 hours ago. I didn't even use the new tools that I got. I just fell asleep, and it's, I don't know what time is it, let's check. You see that in there? It's 2:52 a.m. and I'm just waking up from a little nap. This is the things that happens in the adulthood. I think just go for a little nap and you end up having a full night of sleep. However, I'm feeling good. I think this is one of the best sleeps I have ever had. The problem now is gonna be falling asleep again until morning. I'll probably be awake until then. But here's what we're gonna call it. This has been wonderful. A complete new experience, I gotta say. Sleeping in a shed, in my Japanese bed, of course. So fancy. It has been so cool. I'm starting to miss the treehouse, yes, but I'm gonna get used to this new temporary house. Thank you so much, all of you guys, for following and supporting this journey. Love you so much. You guys are the best. I will see you guys next time.